welcome back to the Groupthink Podcast. We have a very, very special episode today, in that it's an episode and that I haven't done one of these in 2 months, but beyond that, we have a bit of a reunion, which is probably the first time since
I haven't
2009 that we've all been in the same space together. It's
myself.
It's been, I think something like that.
Myself, the legendary Wuten and BroTron. So, how's it feel to be talking again, guys?
Oh my god, it's great.
Oh my god, it has been
seen you since.
almost.
It's been a trip.
Almost. Man, it's been almost a decade since we've all three just been here. Wow,
crazy.
This is. Wow. It's like, it's almost bizarre because it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but at the same time, yeah.
Then you start to get down to the deep, dark depths of it, and so you get to thinking about it, and it's actually kind of depressing.
Yeah. But, hey, I mean, hey, better now than even later, you know?
Yeah.
So, how you been? How y'all been?
I've seen you relatively. You were in town. I saw you when you were in town for the BronyCon last year. So.
Oh yeah. The Winnie City. Yeah, I remember.
Winnie City.
It was, yeah, like WHINNY City.
Isn't that the
Whiny City.
It's Whiny City.
No, two N's.
That's
like
yeah.
it's like the sound that the horse makes, the whinny, you know?
Oh, I get it. It's a horrifying pun.
Yeah, it's a horrifying pun. Horrifying horse pun, yes.
You see, the bronies thing, you have to, they play into it. They have
Oh god.
I see the look that he's giving you right now.
Turn into the skin.
Oh.
You turn right to go left, as they say.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's, we just sort of play into it, you know? I mean,
Do what you do.
Talk real quick, Adam. I need to make sure your sound's all right.
All right, let's do a basic mic check.
You're good. I just wanted to hear. But
I was about to say
Check.
basic mic check.
But yeah,
I think I'm good on mine. There we go. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I did not prepare any topics for this discussion, so I figured we could just go in. Is there anything specific?
So does that mean we can discuss Infinity War?
We're bringing it. Hey, it's been, what has it been, 2 weeks now?
It's been like almost a
something
month.
like that.
Okay, yeah, it's perfectly fine. If you haven't gotten to see Infinity War yet,
This is now the Groupthink Podcast unofficial Avengers spoiler discussion.
You're in the wrong humanity.
Yeah.
If you haven't gone to see it yet.
In a month you've had to see the most popular movie in history.
Oh, that movie was a trip, man.
The ending was the worst part. It was just literally like half an hour of straight jaw drop.
At least from the first the Thor return to the finger snap, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That moment when you realize that Thanos, in the context of like movie scripts and everything, movie story, he's actually the protagonist in all of it. He's not the good guy, but he's the one that drives the story.
I would say he's
if
probably
that makes sense.
More along the lines of like an anti-hero and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean there are some people that actually
he's pretty much a straight up villain, but I mean
he's a political tyrant. He's to die.
Ooh.
Yeah, there are some people that are actually on his side, like trying to make a political movement out of it. So,
are you serious?
There are some insane people on the internet if you weren't aware.
There's an article about this. Send it to me, please. I need to read this.
Are you serious, man?
Obviously they're fringe, but they're just like, Thanos is actually the hero we need to make the hard decisions. I'm like,
oh god.
Think about it.
No.
If he's got the Infinity Gauntlet and he can control all reality, why not just snap his fingers, create more resources instead of wiping out half the universe?
I mean, I can answer the question why. It's because they took the moment from the comics where he did that, and they reverse engineered a new character around it. So, but they didn't think the full implications of what that meant. So instead of just being a guy who wants to impress his girlfriend by killing lots of people, now he has like a specific motive where I'm gonna do the one thing that the universe needs.
Yeah. Basically, the MCU made him a bigger dick.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, hey, it works. It's a blockbuster hit, and it has like 10 years worth of movies have built up to these two movies. I'll say, because you got Avengers Part 1, Infinity War, and then Part 2 next year. It's all built up to this, and they did a really good job.
And it's only a year.
Yeah.
It's so surreal. I thought it was gonna be like part 2 was gonna be like there's gonna be like 9 different movies before that. Spring movie, summer movie, fall movie.
Hold on. You think that they were actually gonna go like 3 years with Spider-Man and Black Panther dead and the Guardians?
Well, I wouldn't say that because
then there's that meme I showed you earlier of Rocket Raccoon just sitting alone. It's a little raccoon just sitting alone.
He's just sitting on the
title
side.
is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because now he's the only one left. Yeah, they're not gonna pull that, especially after Black Panther is the most successful movie ever. So
they
got what 900 million?
Black Panther hit
something
over $1 billion,
like that.
So.
Oh, it grossed over $1 billion now.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's the MCU is a money making machine.
Yeah,
and it works.
Disney's stupid little fucking. Let's not get into that.
Speaking of Disney.
Oh God.
As of this moment, recording this, a certain franchise has just released its new anthology movie. Have y'all seen that one yet?
I have seen Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Oh. That was a very broken down description of the movie there.
Solo.
Take a second.
I'm gonna do my Sulu voice. I have in fact seen Solo.
Your Sulu voice.
Sulu.
Yes.
Solo.
Sulu, a Star
You
Wars
see with the racist accent, it just sounds like the same word, but
it does. Oh man. But yeah, so you've seen Solo.
Yeah, and
Adam,
I reviewed it from the blog I write for too.
Oh, did you just see that Thursday?
I saw it Thursday, yeah.
Lucky you.
All right.
My review basically gave it a 5 out of 10. So which in the context of the blog is that's not that their rating system is a little more. It's kind of that Angry Joe-esque kind of iconicalism where it's like 5 is middle of the road because we could talk about this briefly, but like you know how like all millennials we tend to grade things on a 6 to 10 scale because that's how grades are done. And then there are those like random people that are like 6 to 10 is lame. You have to do it with 5 being the middle, and then when we hear it, we're just like 5 is like, oh no, it's failed.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would kind of say that like. You know, with a movie that's blown into proportion like that, you can pretty much tell that 5 out of 10 is a failure. It's not a total flop, but it's a flop. That puts it in the prequels area of ratings.
Oh God. It's a flop in the context of the whole franchise because it is part of like a greater storyline, a greater anthology, if you will. So a 5 out of 10. For a Star Wars movie is not quite as good as you would expect from a Star Wars movie.
Here's the thing, though. That creates a huge PR nightmare for Disney because
it does. It really does.
I mean, I was on Team Defend Last Jedi, and I've almost gotten into a few fights over this, but that movie was not popular with a large contingent of fans.
I was okay with it.
Yeah, you were.
It was a great movie.
But
there were good and bad moments. So
he's kind of agnostic on it, but it was a movie that they needed something to kind of cushion the blow, at least from a fan perspective, and Solo was not it. Like I don't know what the original cut of Solo: A Star Wars Story was when they had the Lego Movie guys working it. Although apparently Emilia Clarke, who's the lead actress in it, said that their cut was bad. But I'm wondering how much damage this is going to do to the brand. Like just having one movie that's unpopular, and then a movie that's straight up bad following it.
I mean, it's not going to take as much blow as if it was if the actual like story franchise itself was like bad.
Well, that's the thing. People are claiming that Last Jedi was bad. That's the problem, because people are saying Last Jedi is bad. Now they're saying the Solo movies are bad.
We'll have to see when Episode 9 comes out.
Yeah, I'm really worried about that one too.
We'd have to, as soon as we can tell that Episode 9 comes out, though, it's a total flop. It's like the Destiny scenario all over again.
I'm really worried about
essentially.
It is the Destiny scenario, literally.
I'm really worried about Episode 9 though, because now I can tell they're just going to do full fan service. So they're just going to like, okay, Obi-Wan is Rey's dad now. The Knights of Ren show up. We're gonna throw Thrawn in. Just gonna throw everything in the kitchen sink and to make the fans happy. It's like, Darth Maul's gonna show up. Boba Fett's gonna show up.
Don't forget Mara Jade, bro. Can't forget about her.
Oh, naturally.
Yeah.
Are they actually gonna do Mara Jade?
I don't know, man.
That's
I don't
the
know.
rumor of it. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what they're planning on doing for the. So they finished Rebels, then they're doing another animated series. I don't know what they're doing for that, but maybe.
I have so much to catch up on. I mean,
it's the same. It's the same. Like it's the Lucasfilm story group, so it's like all the same writers. So.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know.
If Mara Jade shows up, she's literally gonna have the "I'm your mom" speech.
Oh man,
it's gonna be so bad if that happens.
It's gonna be a trip, man.
You talking about the Rey mother, or
like
Rey's mom or something?
No, Rey's parents are implied.
Oh, I know, they're stupid.
So spoiler alert: if you haven't seen The Last Jedi,
which you should, that's even worse than not seeing Infinity War.
Last chance, but Rey's parents are nobodies.
Yes, basically.
Which I thought was a cool twist. But
that was pretty cool. It's just weird that stuff that like her. Well, I mean, Anakin's parents were technically
Anakin's
nobodies.
mother was like complete... a Jesus, because she gave birth to an immaculate birth. So
they never implied anything about the father. However, the original script
in Phantom Menace, they directly say there was no father.
Yeah, they directly say there was no father, but in the in a cut script, in a cut scene from Revenge of the Sith, it's implied that it's either Palpatine or Darth Plagueis the Wise, because it was cut from the story because this is ridiculous, but he was that experiment that Darth Plagueis used to try and create life.
Okay, I'm gonna go full nerd, but have you read the Plagueis novel?
I have read the Plagueis novel.
Yeah, well, that was part of the pre-Disney expanded universe.
Yeah, it's the Legends now, but yeah.
I mean, some of that Legends material is better than the movies. I will defend some of the movies, but some of the Legends material is way better.
The Empire, Thrawn, trilogy.
I've been listening to the Last Command audiobook at work last couple days, so. But,
it's pretty good.
But yeah, it is. But I mean, getting rid of that was good and bad, because you can clean up the story now, but now suddenly you remove all of the infinite depth of the Star Wars universe to it. So
yeah, it was both a blessing and a curse for Disney, though. They do have it in Legends, so at the same time, the stories are still legends.
I guess that
I say with air quotes on an audio podcast.
Have you ever read Star Wars Tales? They were legends to what Legends is now.
I have not read Star Wars Tales.
Those were the non-canon stories from the Lucas era.
I haven't read any of
now
the Star Wars
those are legends upon legends. They're just like completely out of the picture now.
Oh, you haven't, Adam. I suggest the Thrawn trilogy, and
are they on audio?
Maybe Plagueis.
Are they on audio?
Yes, yeah, they are on audio. They read by Mark Thompson.
Okay, I'll get the audiobooks because I'm not going to be able to find the hardcover book. I mean,
they got it.
Books anyway. So.
Here's the thing: paperbacks are everywhere because they're really cheap. So
really cheap.
Yeah,
that's in my price.
They actually just had the 20th anniversary of the Heir to the Empire trilogy for Thrawn. So they just re-released the entire thing as like its own quote-unquote trilogy, both as audiobook and as paperback. So
now the writer of it's doing more Thrawn, so...
Yes.
Although
yes,
they did,
and I love it.
They did push back the second Thrawn book, which I've heard might imply that Thrawn's actually going to show up in episode 9. Which, yes and no on that, but...
I don't even know who Thrawn is.
Huh?
Man, I don't even know.
Thrawn is the best expanded universe character.
Is he evil?
Objectively best. Objectively best.
Oh, very.
He is.
Okay.
He is. He's. Depends on your definition of evil,
Like
because
Darth Bane
the new
evil?
canon. No. He is completely non-force sensitive. He is a chiss.
Oh.
He doesn't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
If you've ever seen like, what's the best comparison?
Like a Star Trek character where they have the painted skin.
Yeah. Sun Tzu in the Star Wars universe. The Art of War. That's
okay.
Thrawn, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like a super brilliant military commander.
Yeah.
Kind of like
It's
not really Rex, but
No, Rex is just a soldier. Like he's like an admiral, like a grand admiral.
Yeah.
gotcha.
And he let me kind of his introduction in Heir to the Empire kind of explains it. He figures out how to defeat a superior rebel task force just by observing the aesthetic art of on the outside of the ships that are attacking him. By building a military strategy based on how those cultures view art.
It's pretty awesome.
Jesus.
If you understand art, you understand a species. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been quoting it on Facebook constantly. So
I will say that I have been working on my Thrawn voice based on is it Lars Mikkelsen is the voice actor for Thrawn, I think.
Mads Mikkelsen for
no. Mads was
for the Rebels. He was
Mads, I thought he was Galen Erso, wasn't he? Rogue One.
Yes, but he did it. I think he did it in Rebels.
No. It was his brother.
Oh.
I think his name's Lars. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. But it's basically both of them could play the role. Honestly, I could see both of them doing it.
One of those actors who conspicuously has a twin.
Yeah, or something along those lines. But yeah. So. We got on a really long Star Wars tangent there.
Oh, that's not bad.
Fine. It's content.
Well, we can't talk about Solo because I don't know if you've seen it, but he hasn't.
I have not, and it's opening weekend.
I haven't either. I've only.
That's the thing. I was like, I think what Solo is more interesting than what happens in it. Because I mean, I'll say this. I'm not going to spoil what the big cameo is in the movie or what the big spoiler is, but. Really, the only scene that's particularly good is the Kessel Run scene, but that's really it.
We actually get to see that inside.
Yeah.
Solo.
Wait, are you saying that Stan Lee makes a cameo in the Star Wars series?
No, that would be great.
I would cry.
No, well, let me put it this way. I thought I knew where it was going, and it went in basically the opposite cameo that I absolutely assumed it would be.
Oh.
I mean, like if I don't even want to suggest what it would be, but
all right.
I was just like, okay, I thought I knew where this is going, and now I have no idea where this is going, and I don't like this. But I know there's going to be a certain contingent.
Does not compute.
There's going to be a certain contingent of the Star Wars fan base that's going to go full Hannibal Lecter. It's like, Star Wars story movies coming forward now.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh man, I just looked at that on my audio, and I just, ooh.
You just see all the waves.
Yeah, you see the wavelengths on that. Ooh.
I once wondered if you could actually read sound waves, and I realized very quickly that would be futile. But anyway.
There are whole jobs dedicated to that.
Yeah,
Tyler.
there are jobs dedicated to that.
No, I mean just actually like reading the sine wave on as it's printed. Like if you've ever seen a sine wave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did in Barfus's class all the time.
All right, whatever.
Yeah. There's a
called a record.
subsect of sound engineering dedicated to reading the sound off a sine
Well,
of
no,
a sine
I meant
wave.
visually, not with tech.
Yeah, visually.
Oh wait, like not like actual manifest noise.
No, I mean like if you've ever
Like,
seen a
look-
sound file on a computer, it's like the squiggly file.
Yeah.
Like I like
Yeah.
actually being able to read that is like someone talking, like you would for like reading someone's lips.
Oh,
yeah.
like breaking
Yeah,
down the
there's a-
hertz and stuff like that.
No,
and
like
actually
just being able to visually like
Just-
see the way the file jumps.
can 3D print it and be like, this
great
says talk.
thing is, in the 6 years that I've been voice acting, I've actually sort of picked up a few bits and pieces of that.
Okay.
So I can pick out like it's not like I can't pick out entire like sentences and words, but I can pick out syllables. So if you look at a sine wave, certain syllables have that
that resonation to it.
that resonation to it, and especially depending on it really depends on the person's voice. And so I've worked with my voice for like 6 years, so I've seen what I sound like, if that makes sense. So it's something that you just pick up on after years of doing it, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone talked about Star Wars again before this room gets quiet.
Let's talk about Star Wars. Well, let's see. Where do we
Don't
begin?
go see Solo Star Wars Story on opening weekend.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
no,
Well, too late now.
I mean, I saw it because my website wanted me to see it.
Well, technically it's Saturday, so yeah, it's still opening weekend. You can if you want. Go see
Matinee.
it.
Go see if you're theater. There's probably a theater near you that does like a Tuesday night matinee for like half price.
AMC. AMC. I'm quoting you right now. AMC $5 Tuesdays.
NCG, too.
NCG just $3 matinees every day. I
Uh,
believe.
I know they do a Tuesday thing. So
But I know you can get a ticket to a movie with, I don't know if it's a large popcorn, but it's a popcorn and a drink for $10.
better yet, you could sign up for Movie Pass.
Yeah, and what is the price for the movie pass?
$15 a month.
Yeah, see, because I haven't even.
You can see a movie a day. So
Taylor's got that. I don't even know the price of that yet.
it's really
Ooh.
good. It's
I'll just sit down here in the boonies because we ain't got none of that.
Yeah, you're all the
just
way in
got-
fucking
we-
Arkansas.
You don't have a movie theater near you?
We have I can't remember the name of it, but it's not like one of those big I guess you could call them chain movie
you
theaters.
can call them
It's
chain
just
movie theaters.
Yeah, it's like its own thing.
AMC is
and
a
it
chain
just
movie theater.
How far into
Yeah.
the boonies are you exactly?
I think Conway.
I don't know.
yeah,
I never
Conway.
been there.
It's about the size of Oswego, and it's probably one of the 5 most populated cities in all of Arkansas.
Oh,
Huh.
jeez.
That's-
So
well,
it's like there's Conway, Little Rock, Cabot, fucking Pine Bluff, and like one other, Jacksonville. Those are the 5, and none of them surpass 1 million people.
Oswego's not small though. That sounds a lot like Iowa.
Yeah,
Well,
Oswego.
it's not small anymore.
Yeah.
It's not small anymore. It was about just
600
Conway is
and-
about 50,000-60,000.
Yeah, Oswego's
last-
like 400,000.
I'll say if you
About.
want to see the Uncanny Valley, go look up pre-development photos of Oswego. It's just like you see the same landmarks, and it's just like.
But it's tiny. It's
Oh,
like, hey, there's a
yeah,
shopping
yeah.
mall there
Yeah.
now.
I mean, there's a great photo I saw of it was a giant sign right on Boulder Hill that was just like developments in Boulder Hill coming soon. I'm just like, oh my god.
And now there's housing everywhere.
yeah, now
You get
now
lost.
it's bad housing.
You get lost in Boulder Hill.
It used to be farmlands, then it became housing, and then it became bad housing.
If you don't know where you're going in Boulder Hill, you will get lost.
It was laid out by a
Yeah.
drunk cow.
Exactly. There's
Oof.
no straight road. I'll tell you that there is no patch of
I-
straight road in Boulder Hill.
Man, I went down to Oswego. I was visiting my now ex up in Wisconsin, and we drove down to visit a friend down in Peoria, and because we were going down to Naperville to visit with her friends to go to the movie theater to see a movie, and then we communicated with an online friend of ours and be like, hey, it's gonna be a long drive up to Wisconsin. Why don't you go hang out there for the night
It's gonna be like
and then drive up in the morning?
6 hours.
Yeah, it's like a
From
6-hour
Peoria.
drive.
Oh wow.
Because Peoria's 2.5 hours south from here.
Yeah. Yeah. But so we went down to Naperville, went to see the movie, went to Oswego because I wanted to show her like where I lived before, and it was like culture shock. I recognized certain landmarks. I went to the Red Robin there, and I went to my house, and that's about all I recognized.
Yeah, they built up. Like Oswego's.
Yeah, they seriously built up in the last like 7-8 years since I've been there.
They've built up in the past 3 years. A lot's changed since I've left.
Yeah, so
they have Five
a
Guys
trip.
now.
And a Longhorn Steakhouse.
they don't have Five Guys down here.
You don't have Portillo's either, sucker.
You know what?
We don't have
Actually,
Portillo's
they
either.
do. They do have a Portillo's.
Really?
In Arkansas? No, it's
They do?
Arizona. Never mind.
No, nope.
Never mind. It's Arizona. Sucks to be
Complete
you.
different
No,
side
but
of
you
the country.
You got Whataburger, don't you?
No, we have we have we have Whataburger in Dallas, which I went to.
How
a
far
few
is that away
months
from
back.
you?
But it's about like 4 hours.
Oh Jesus
But
God! Do you have
bad.
Do you have In and Out?
we don't.
Oh, so you're still classified
Do you
as the
know-
Midwest then?
He's crying now.
No, is it Southern Midwest, something like that.
I
It's
just
like
call
a weird
everything in
middle
our
ground.
time
We
zone
don't-
Midwest.
Dude, we don't have a 7-Eleven in the entire state.
Oh, jeez.
But in the second you pass into Texas through Texarkana, there's a 7-Eleven like right outside the highway.
Is that an ordinance thing?
It doesn't seem like it.
That
I
sounds like
don't
a
know.
problem.
Because
Like,
it's in
like-
Texas and it's
like-
here, but it's not in
like-
Arkansas.
It's like South Park. We made KFC legal in all 4 areas.
Dude, okay. There's 2 Red Robins in the entire state. One is in Bentonville, which is the top left corner of the state. Like, are you guys familiar with where Fayetteville is, with like the Arkansas Razorbacks?
Vaguely.
Okay, northwest corner. Bentonville is even more northwest corner. And then the second Red Robin just opened up like a month ago in Conway.
That's just not fair.
I mean, they have a Red Robin in Conway though. That's fair. That's fair. I have to drive 35 minutes to go to a Red Robin.
That'd be like if every restaurant in Illinois was in Cairo.
Oof.
Like the exact
That would
opposite.
be that, yeah.
It's like I want to. We're in Chicago. Where can we go get some good food? Cairo. Where's that? The southern tip of the state.
Have fun.
But that's a 3-hour drive.
That's
that's
like
like-
a 10-hour drive, or not even 10, but like
To the southern tip of Illinois?
that's a
that's
long
like-
drive, dude. Maybe 6 at
That's-
least.
I mean, it takes
maybe 5.
probably 6,
5 or
maybe
6.
5 or 6
Dude, 5 or
hours.
6.
Yeah,
It takes
because it
me-
only takes 8 hours to get to St. Louis right here.
It takes
7
me 3 hours to get to Champaign. It's not a close drive.
Yeah. It's just-
Yeah, well, let's see here. How long did it take us to go to Springfield when we were That was
Actually,
so
yeah,
long
you'd be on
ago.
highway, so it'd be 3 hours to Champaign. Or
That was a long
3
time
hours to
ago
Springfield.
remember.
Sorry,
Yeah,
because Champagne's off. It's off highway.
and
so.
Springfield's what, 30 miles away from the southern tip? Over,
No,
that's
that's-
like
it's
30
like-
miles from Carbondale.
It's like no, it's like dead center of the state.
30 miles from
Springfield's dead center in the state.
Yeah,
I thought it was more south than anything.
Dude, you are literally
We're too far north.
You're
I
like
thought-
that meme that says
thought-
like you're like that
It's
meme
like
that
this
says
is
that-
Chicago.
Yeah,
everything is Chicago.
like you live in Illinois, everything is Chicago, and then if you live
Yeah.
in Chicago, like everything else is Illinois. And when you live just
I thought-
outside of Chicago, everything south is Southern Illinois.
Because I've been to Carbondale. Carbondale wasn't a bad drive. We got there in 4 hours, but that was because
Carbondale's-
we were going like 110 miles per hour.
Aliens.
Carbondale.
got
Carbondale's not too
abducted.
bad. Peoria was an interesting drive. I had to go like straight up off road from that. I
Yeah,
wasn't
because there's
expecting
nothing there.
Man, I didn't expect doing that for a drive-through. Like, I guess Peoria could be considered around the Chicago area.
No.
Almost like right outside of the Chicago area.
Well, let's see. We're an hour and a half south or west of the city.
Let's not reveal our location.
Well, let me tell you this, okay? I'm about 35, 45 minutes south of Chicago, Joliet. All right.
His address is no.
I'm in Joliet. All right. It takes me 2.5 hours to get to Peoria from my house.
That's where you send the letter bombs.
And there's nothing in that town. There's a Caterpillar site. There's the main Caterpillar site now is there in Peoria.
There's still Caterpillar sites around here?
Yeah.
Because I know the one in Aurora.
The one in Aurora got shut down.
Yeah.
But the one in Peoria, as far as I'm concerned, is still the training facility
Okay. Who are they training for then?
for people to work. There's Caterpillar.
Where? The one in
In
Aurora got shut down.
Peoria.
In
I mean,
All right.
there's still cultivation going on and stuff like that, and earth moving.
We're training people. Training people for what?
We're just training them.
training
For the end.
The end times.
Yeah, I worked for Caterpillar for all of like 4 months
Oh.
in the small pack division.
How was that?
It was okay. It's just my biggest week there was 40 hours, and then my second longest week there was 22.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Part time?
No, I was full time.
What the heck?
Wow.
Yeah, there was no
What the-
work.
Wow.
Wow. All
Did you get
right.
paid full time or?
Yeah, we got paid
Yeesh.
full time.
So you just didn't work?
Yeah, we didn't have work.
They just didn't call you in, or?
Yeah, we get called off sometimes. We get called in and stuff, but we only work for 3 hours.
Man, I wish my warehouse was that nice.
You work in a warehouse?
Hey, you still
Yeah,
get
You worked
paid?
at a.
it's an AV company that we work out of a warehouse.
Okay.
Hey, I work marketing data. So anytime y'all get ads on Facebook, you're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well,
the
now
one
I-
person here with a career. I don't have a
Hey,
career.
I kind of take that offensively and stuff like that. I work at one of
man.
the best places in the world to work at.
Okay, then I'm the only one without a career. I'm sorry.
I work at Binny's.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I give happiness to people through alcohol.
You gave like what, $36,000 worth of happiness?
Yeah,
to people today?
I did about $37,000 today.
in sales.
In sales.
Nice.
He doesn't get paid proportionally.
No.
Ooh.
but imagine working at Benny's and just being like, you get paid for what you personally sell. It's like,
Paid
I'm
commission.
gonna get rich. Paid commission.
It's fun though. It's a fun
There
job.
you go. Oh.
Yeah, like over by
Work
you,
what
you got Bevco,
Work-
if I'm not mistaken.
We have what?
Bevco?
Google search Bevco.
I was gonna say the one thing Arkansas definitely has is alcohol, but oh wait, it might be a dry state, but I don't know.
No, dry
Yes.
states are Pennsylvania and I think Ohio's a dry state.
That's weird.
We don't have a Bevco in Arkansas, but they do distribute in Arkansas.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
That's
yeah.
really awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got like Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana. Yeah.
Google
but
chain liquor store in Arkansas. See what you guys get, because I thought
There's a-
everywhere but Illinois was Bevco.
There's a lot of like dry counties here though, so most of the
That's what I
disgusting.
figured. Yeah,
places here are
a lot
just
of rural.
private owned.
Disgusting. I didn't know Arkansas was that bad.
We have to drive like 30 minutes to get alcohol down here.
Jesus.
Yeah, good luck protesting that.
Yeah.
It's
Because
not a hard
it's-
thing to protest.
Well, that's the thing. Like 90% of those districts, you probably get like a significant buzz if you tried to change that. Like I have my friend out in Indiana lives in a dry town, and the
Indiana
thought,
has dry towns? Indiana has dry towns?
Yeah, like it's super rural. Like especially those rural places where it's just farmers. Like
Oh,
they
well, yeah.
they take
Yeah.
that stuff seriously. So it's like
Yeah.
they don't have anything to do and they don't want to get drunk. So they follow local politics in that like godforsaken realm. But
Well, at least it's not Pennsylvania. At least it's not Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Because in Pennsylvania, you have to go to one place to buy your liquor. You have to go to another place to buy your beer. And then you have to go to another place to buy your wine.
Yep.
wow.
You gotta buy it all separately. Yep.
And there's
That's
a
bizarre.
state out there, I don't know what it is, but I know it's out there. I don't know what state it is. But in this state, you are not allowed to serve beers that are over 5.5 alcohol to people in your bar.
Huh.
Interesting.
All right. I was watching a BuzzFeed video, and they were talking about all the 51 states of drinking. 50 states of drinking.
50.
Wow. My cultured ass.
What?
Holy crap.
Whoa, man.
My cultured ass.
Oof.
Yeah, all 50
Well,
states of drinking. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a state out there that doesn't allow you to have a beer over 5.5 in a bar.
It's a challenge. 50 beers in 50 states, and I don't mean one beer per state. 50 beers in each state.
Oh boy.
Oh yes. That's an interesting weekend right there.
Wait,
Don't even get me started on Puerto Rico.
did you watch the video too?
Which?
The
The BuzzFeed.
the BuzzFeed
one.
video where it's like all the drinks, all the national drinks of the states.
I don't drink. I don't watch BuzzFeed, and I don't drink. So I have 2 reasons why I would
Oh, I'm
watch.
so
He
glad
has,
I missed
he
that
has
too. By
no
the way,
reason.
I'm still salty that I missed that.
Which?
The first drink you took.
Well, that was the thing. I only drank that day specifically because I wanted to let my girlfriend like have my first drink with me. So that was just like she wanted that. So I drank I tried a beer. I poured the rest of the beer out, and then I drank a couple like Mike's Hard Lemonades.
All right, let's back it up real quick. What beer did you drink first of all?
I tried 2 actually.
Okay, what two?
I think
As
one
we
was a Bud Light,
sit here
and
judging
then
you.
The one is that my dad picked out, but they both tasted like green water. I
Like
didn't-
ass.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, but see, beer is delicious ass. Beer is great. Beer is
I
one
don't.
of
I don't want to know about your sexual improprieties, boy.
saying gifts to the world,
it's liquid
man.
bread. It's good for you.
I recall that. Early days of YouTube.
Oh man.
Are you drinking a beer, David?
Huh?
Are you drinking a beer or is that a Coca-Cola?
This is a Pepsi right now.
Okay.
I do drink beer, but not like 2-3 hours after I've woken up. So
This is
I will
espresso.
be later.
This is vodka. Pour them together, and I die.
Day drinking. If you haven't been day drunk, try it out one time in a not really a confined
I'll tell you
area,
this. I don't
but a
want to.
controlled area.
I'll tell you-
in a controlled environment where you are safe from dangerous tendencies. Yes.
I'll say this much. I'm not going to name names, but I had a manager at one of my jobs that was a drunk, and he would come into work drunk, and then he would go to bars at lunch.
That's how you do it, though.
Well, he got fired.
Sounds like a very laid back
Oh,
supervisor.
He was like the
Or
best
not.
supervisor in the world because he was just like, "You're doing great, man. You're doing great.
Yeah. Just
doing
keep
great,
encouraging.
You're doing great, Morty."
You're doing great, Morty.
Please don't turn this
great,
into a Rick
Morty.
and Morty podcast. Please don't turn this into a Rick and Morty podcast. I already get enough of
Oh
this
my
crap.
god, the Rick and Morty memes. Oh.
I was a huge fan of that show until the fans started liking it. Now I have,
I have
to watch the Eric Andre show if I want to be nihilistic.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
I mean, Rick and Morty's really good.
It's all right. I sort of fell off of it after I just got too busy, so I couldn't keep track of it. But one of my friends, one of my art friends, actually worked as an animator
wow.
for I think it was season 3 with Pickle Rick. Was it season 3 or
Yeah.
season 2?
No,
Season
Yeah,
3?
season 3 is Pickle Rick.
Season 3? Yeah, he worked as an animator on season 3, and he actually showed me. We went on like a video call like this, and he actually showed me his screen where he had like the Rick rat pickle puppet thing, and it's so detailed. The amount of stuff that they put into that, it's it's insane that it just got used for a meme, but
And now,
Yeah.
we're talking about Rick and Morty.
and now we're talking
That's the
about
thing. Like, that's what annoys me. Every time there's like a really stupidly catchy thing in a Rick and Morty episode, you know it's gonna be memed to the point you hate it. Like, I can't stand Pickle Rick anymore, even though the whole point of the episode was that Pickle Rick was a bad thing.
Pickle Rick wasn't a bad thing, though. Pickle
He
Rick
was-
was
the
the
whole-
greatest thing ever.
The whole point of the Pickle Rick episode was that he was avoiding his problems by turning himself into a pickle.
Yeah.
The best part of the episode is the speech at the end where the lady dresses Rick down and then he ignores everything she said. That was literally the best part.
You realize what that's symbolizing, right?
What?
People don't do anything about their problems.
Yes.
There's morals in these stories.
Yes. And everyone just talks about the pickle. That's my point.
Because you fail to understand that Rick turned himself into a pickle.
the nuance
All right.
of this moment.
To be fair, I'm not smart enough to understand
He
it.
has blown science up to turn himself into a pickle.
I mean,
He's
even,
Pickle Rick!
even Dan Harmon said the science behind that made no sense.
That was great.
You have to.
It was great.
To be fair, you do have to have an IQ of at least 200 to be able to fully understand and appreciate the nuance of Rick and Morty. Oh man!
So for all you fans that don't have an IQ of over 200, you're the problem.
You pretty much have to be Jordan Peterson to understand it.
Yes, man. Man, Jordan Peterson gets such a bad rap. He just wants to warn people about the
Enforcing
lobster menace
monogamy.
and the lobster menace. You know?
That's what that's from?
Yeah, that's actually a guy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
did you
Jordan
see
Peterson
what-
was the whole
I saw my
enforced
first.
monogamy thing.
I saw the first. Was it you that showed me, or was it somebody else? It was like I think it was Damien who showed me. No, it was you.
I showed you enforced monogamy.
Yes, I thought
Yeah,
that was Damien
that was-
and stuff. Looking at deep fried memes.
Did you see I actually went and saw him?
Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, he was in Chicago.
Oh, I didn't.
Was that one that
That's-
you recorded, did audio for,
I
or was that politician?
don't forget. Who did I record audio for?
This was like 2 years ago or something like that. 2 or 3 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago, I got contracted to be a stagehand at a rally. I forget who
It was a political rally, right?
It was. I didn't vote for the guy, but it was just fascinating to see it. But I forget who it was. It was like one of the third or fourth tier RNC candidates. But I didn't. It wasn't my guy, but it was.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I was
he
a
paid you
stagehand.
money.
You guys do audio.
That's-
Oh yeah, I got paid $200
Yeah.
to hand the mic,
Yeah.
set up the microphone. But that was
Yeah, there
that was
you go.
Cool, but yeah, I didn't record anything when I was at the event. I got a signed copy of his book, but Peterson's book. But
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
But-
To be fair, he does actually get a bad rep.
well, people are trying to go after him.
The whole enforced monogamy thing. It's one bad aspect of someone who's trying to help
share.
everyone for the better, and it just he had a moment, you know. He had a moment, and I mean, it's hard to.
I didn't actually see that video when
Yeah.
he said that. I'd been a little behind on stuff, but apparently he said that, and that's controversial. But I didn't know what the context was.
Basically, he's saying that I can't remember the exact wording he was using, but basically he was implying that if the problem with the generation now and like all the toxic masculinity and stuff that people are complaining about is because of the breakdown of the sort of monogamous tendencies of humans, because you have like all these people going out and complaining that, oh, the girls don't like me, and they go after all the chads, and it I think it was Yeah, I think it was one of the things that he proposed was a sort of enforced monogamy. But I think what he was implying was just marriage rather than people just going around and sleeping around. And I think that's what he was trying to imply.
I guess he's probably coming out against the whole Tinder phenomenon.
Yeah, basically. So it's a complicated issue. He tried to simplify it, and now it's blown up in his face because he tried to simplify it. You know?
To be fair, if all the things, at least it's funny.
It's a funny flub up, you know, and it's at the same time he does get to say I didn't actually mean this when I said it. This is what I meant.
Nothing will ever take away that Kathy Newman debate. Nothing will ever.
Oh, nothing ever will.
Did he have a debate with Kathy Newman? Did he have a debate with Kathy Newman?
You know who Kathy Newman is?
I don't know who any of these people are. To be honest, my IQ's not over 200. And before David explained to it, I didn't know what mahogany. There I go again with the mahogany.
I'll sum it up. Jordan Peterson is a Canadian.
Enforced mahogany.
Jordan Peterson
is have a good structure for our foundation. It's gotta be
not just any mahogany, but a mahogany from the planet Melchior 7, where the trees are 300 feet tall and breathe fire.
Oh my god.
Jordan Peterson is a Canadian clinical psychologist who has been making the rounds the last year and a half. About all these different subjects about like philosophy and
like masculinity and stuff like that, and
he's really interesting to listen to.
Yeah, he's if I remember right, he worked as a professor at Harvard, and then he went up to Toronto, and he's been doing the YouTube thing for a little while now, but it really sort of exploded after he came out against a bill.
C16.
I think it was C16, yeah. So for like gender pronouns and stuff, and he's like, I will not be forced and compelled to use pronouns that I do not agree with,
especially by state law.
Yeah, especially by law, because that goes against his belief of freedom of speech.
I think I might have stumbled upon this by accident and didn't know what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was this that guy that like told off that girl that there was basically just only two genders?
That's been like a meme lately, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know if it was him specifically, because even Daisy Ridley went on stage at some event recently, and she's like, "There are only two genders," but like that's like a joke meme now. Like people are just saying it just because they want to rile people up, but which is a weird thing when you think about it, but.
I don't think he's ever gone on record saying there's two genders. I think he's gone on record saying that...
I think if you asked him, he'd be like, what the frick kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that?
Where's my Kermit? Know. I need a Kermit doll.
Funny story. He actually... I think in one of his videos, he actually did have a Kermit doll, and it had like a Hitler mustache on it as a joke.
Yeah, I've seen
that. People had been comparing him to Hitler, so he decided to.
He has a nasally voice that sounds like Kermit, and one of the first things that happened after he started getting popular was that people were taking his speeches going off on free speech and putting it over Kermit the Frog talking.
Oh, jeez.
Which is great first gen memes right there. But.
Yep. Oh, it was a pretty solid time for memes that year, but yeah, he's a clinical psychologist. He's very much a free thinker, if that makes sense, and he tries to get people to. I guess the moral of pretty much all of his videos is to take responsibility for what you do and your actions and your words, and be competent, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I think that's sort of like the main thing to take away from all the stuff that he posts.
Plus, he filled 2,700 seats at the Chicago Theater for a psychology lecture. And
yeah.
in what Homer Simpson would call the 18 to 35 male demographic. But
Oh, okay.
I'm a white male, age 18 to 35. Everyone listens to me, no matter how dumb my ideas are.
So to offend a lot of people, the age group that matters.
Hold on, I'm gonna write all this down and submit. I'm gonna submit it to Gawker.
Oh my god. Have they actually come back?
No. I think
after
Gawker's gone.
That I don't even know what that is.
If they are still around, it's because they're part of a network. But I don't think they are, because I know that guy in charge just ran into
I don't think I don't think they ever recovered after that whole Hulk Hogan thing. Yeesh.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you at least put someone's illegal sex tape on the internet.
Yeah.
Man, Adam is just shocked.
I am so uncultured right now. What is happening?
Man, where have you been for the last 4 years, man?
That's not really...
married and in a relationship.
In the midst of
it's okay.
Well, see, he has a career and I don't, so I know all these things. But
Jesus, I've been all over the place for the past 4 years. I've been streaming. I've been dying. I've been. I got married.
My computer's. I need to grab my computer charger. You guys talk for a minute.
GG.
All right.
Oh, 6%. Wow.
Go.
Shame on you. You are not prepped.
Hey, it was at 50% when we started.
But I don't like about Apple products either and stuff. Well, I mean, we wouldn't be able to keep recording if the battery got displaced.
Yeah.
So never mind.
So I hear you've been going into the... I see you got the Destiny shirt on.
I do. You know, this is actually a funny story about this. This is actually... come on, Adam. Season 2, Destiny 1 community shirt.
Oh.
This is way back in January 2015. I think this is when this got released.
I think, yeah, that's about Taken King.
No, this is pre-Taken King. This is Crota.
Oh.
This is Crota.
That's
community. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Crota community shirt. And then there wasn't a community shirt for Taken King. You know what? This might actually be Taken King community shirt. I'm not sure. I know this is Destiny 1 community shirt. This is either Taken King, like just when Taken King released, or pre-Taken King. Then I also have the Rise of Iron one too, which is at my house currently collecting dust because it doesn't fit me anymore.
Man.
Tell us about how bad Destiny is.
You really want me to talk about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
I'm completely out of the loop on Destiny.
Well, let's see here.
Me and Adam could go off for hours on how bad Destiny is.
Destiny 1, although it was poor vanilla, very poor vanilla story and stuff, I actually really enjoyed Destiny 1 PvP and PvE.
The PvP and
I'm
the
officially
raids.
back on headset now in 3 seconds. Okay, I'm back.
Hey, so Destiny 1.
Oh shoot, the charger just fell out.
Oh my god. Oh, it's wireless.
Oh no.
Is it wireless?
Huh?
Oh no, that's Oh jeez, you gotta like.
It's a big charger.
Stretch that poopykins out.
Well, it's short.
Oof.
Oh my lord. All right, we're gonna scoot you over that way, dog.
I'm going ahead and move this computer a little bit. So.
Do it. Do it.
I'll keep going.
Yeah, Destiny 1. Destiny 1,
yeah.
Although a lot of people hated it and stuff like that.
Including me. But...
When TTK came out and stuff, they didn't like it. I loved it.
Man, TTK was how vanilla Destiny should have been, like when it first came out. Like how they structured the story and campaign throughout the entire expansion, and then ended it with the culmination of the King's Fall raid.
It was still pretty bad, though.
That's how you do an expansion. It was still bad, but there were good things.
Rise of Iron is how you do an expansion.
Rise of Iron was... it was all right. The campaign didn't really compel me quite as much, but
but it wasn't. Well, yeah, I guess it kind of was.
Yeah.
It was. I wouldn't say it was really focused around the campaign, but
yeah.
That was their first approach of getting a better campaign, because TTK campaign actually flopped for the community. I liked it a little bit. That's when I was actually getting into my amateur days of Crucible.
Do you know how much behind-the-scenes drama there was between Activision and Bungie?
Was there really bad drama?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that the original Destiny story was completely different.
Oh, yeah.
And they just hollowed it out and made it into what the vanilla Destiny.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
like, how bad is their working relationship in that sense? Because I know they lost like everyone. They lost Marty O'Donnell. They lost Jason. What's his name?
What, Activision or
Bungie.
Well, yeah.
Because Bungie
That was the
like,
transfer from when they gave up the rights for Halo.
Well,
though,
no,
right?
Marty O'Donnell got fired late in the production process of the first Destiny game. He didn't leave the company on good terms. He had to sue them just so he could get his share of the profits from what they owed him, because he's a founding member of the company.
And because he did like pretty much half the work on all of the Destiny soundtrack for the first vanilla Destiny.
And sound design.
Yeah.
Holy shite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a bunch about the backstories of Destiny. I just know that gameplay production and the dev teams and the sandboxing teams, especially the sandboxing teams. I know a lot about that.
It's
backstory controversy with the political gurus of what Bungie is today.
Bungie is a mess now.
Oh my god, I can't even fucking deal with it.
When's our long-awaited sequel to Oni coming out?
Like Halo Oni?
No, the Oni was
Oni game.
Was a spin-off game they did that wasn't related to anything. But it was like one of the weird Bungie ones from before Halo. But
okay, yeah, I don't know pre-Halo Bungie.
That's fine. So, do you want to keep going on Destiny, or do you want to talk about other video game stuff?
We can. I can actually sum this up really quick.
Go ahead.
Don't fucking play Destiny 2.
Oh.
It's not worth it.
If you love Destiny as a franchise, you can play it. Wait till 3 comes out.
I've heard so many good things about Destiny 2 from the get-go, though. Like,
no.
As it started, I heard good things. Especially from people that didn't like the first game that said it was significantly better.
First month was good.
First month was good,
and then that
it's
Eververse debacle came
ever
out.
since.
Wow, that's pretty sharp.
Yeah, that Eververse thing came out, which was really bad because now everyone was all like, "Oh, hey, guess what? We're just gonna buy silver and get all the stuff that we want cosmetically."
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get all these, and it was just the grind
then it came out
wasn't
that they
there.
were
It didn't feel good.
And then it came out that they were artificially throttling everyone's experience gains, even though they were buying experience boosts from the Eververse. Yeah.
Yeah, after the first, if you oh god, what was it? It was the after you capped.
Yeah, if you quote unquote capped, there was a hidden cap that you would hit.
So you got there super fast. And then all of a sudden it would sometimes feel like you would go through 5 whole story missions without leveling up, without getting that bright engram. And then all of a sudden, as soon as an event would pop up, like let's say Iron Banner would come up, you'd go bloop, 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 get all these bright engrams, get all these exotic engrams, and then it would throttle again, and then all this bullshit.
So they would throttle your progress based upon how much you were playing the game.
Yep.
And people took notice of this and shared their findings on Reddit, and it blew up into this whole debacle, and it really just soured everyone's taste in the Destiny 2 community.
Yeah,
that's real scummy.
Not Trials of Osiris. The Osiris DLC was bad.
Yeah.
I haven't even played the new DLCs. That's how
the new DLC isn't worth it.
Invested Destiny player, a guy who streamed this for 8 hours a day for 2 whole years, is now done playing Destiny 2.
Wow, that's mighty fallen, man.
Yeah.
So, 2 video game questions for both of you. What are you playing right now, and what are you looking forward to with E3 coming with next month? So we don't know everything that's coming out, but what's currently interesting you?
David, I'm gonna start with you because my story's kind of sad.
Oh, okay. Well, I have been. I actually just finished. I guess, quote unquote, just finished, because it's a Ubisoft Far Cry 5.
Oh, I hate you.
It's all right. It's all right. It's.
So
That game, that game
it has
didn't
its
have,
ups and downs.
That
games
game
on my
was
list.
either going to be looked like it was going to be way too controversial, and that made people mad that it wasn't controversial enough. So that's a weird.
the cults and everything like that. It wasn't.
Man,
was it not culty enough?
Do you
It
feel
was
like
not-
you
it
really
was
want
not
to shoot
culty
Trump
enough.
supporters? We have the game for you. But
Man,
yeah.
it was
Oh,
not
boy.
culty. It was not nearly culty enough for me. I wanted like fucking. I wanted to see like people shouting hallelujah while like one of the like they call them brothers and stuff. One of the seeds just fucking like pops a guy in the head with a pistol or something. I just wanted to hear just full on cult madness. I wanted to see this, and I didn't get it.
I thought it was going to go political, but
Man,
That's what I thought it
if
was.
had
I was
gone
like, this
political,
is gonna be a fucking great game.
MAGA
There was-
motherfucker.
there was one like political side mission in that game, and it was just like, all right, it's just some senator who's like a stereotypical Trump supporter, I guess. Okay,
That's one side story.
not very
though.
interesting. It's a side story. It's
That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's not the whole. It's not the overarching story.
Yeah.
That's
Have you played the game?
Yeah.
no.
I haven't either.
So, but I just know a little bit about it through osmosis.
Yeah, yeah. It was. There were okay moments. It's a Far Cry game, though. If you want a really solid Far Cry game, Far Cry 3. You just go Far Cry 3
4
again.
I thought was pretty good.
Far Cry 4 was decent, but
Forgetting
like
everyone's favorite, Far Cry Primal. Yeah. No. We killed Wuten. I'm sorry.
I haven't. Let's get your insight on that, bud. How bad was Far Cry Primal? Because I haven't seen gameplay on it, nor have I. That's probably how bad it is because I haven't seen anybody play it.
that's how bad it is,
He
basically.
just went full so.
I went full Pepe Re. Yeah.
I haven't played it. Go on, keep continuing. What other games? What you looking forward to?
I recently completed the campaign for XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. That was I always enjoy XCOM games.
That's biased though. You worked on that game, didn't you?
I voiced in a voice pack in that game.
So technically no, but
Technically, yes. If you do anything with a game, you're in the game.
It's a fan-made voice pack, but it is one of the top 10 mods in the whole game. So
I'll say
that's
this:
worth
if we
something.
went through his Steam history and it just said he was playing the same segment over and over again, I might be a little worried that he's just listening to his own voice. But I will defer to him.
yeah,
I haven't played XCOM either.
it's a fun top-down strategy game. The new expansion added a lot of depth to what was already a pretty extensive customization and strategy-based game. It's a good franchise. It's just been a good franchise since like the 90s. So it's just another good strategy game. It's just another good turn-based strategy.
All right.
So E3
I
wise,
haven't-
what you looking forward to?
E3 wise, I don't know if they're gonna have like a trailer for this, but Battle for Azeroth is coming out in August, and it's World of Warcraft. And
I was
it's
gonna
be
say
a good one.
This is gonna be part of that PC gaming show that no one watches.
What PC gaming show?
Yeah, there's every year at E3 there's EA,
There's a PC
Ubisoft conferences.
Oh, the PC
Bethesda
conference?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
PC conference is just so sad. Like, I love when Lyle McDouchebag was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap during the PC conference. Wake me up when the Space Marine over there stops looking incredibly awkward. But yeah, I always still feel so bad for the PC conference because it's clearly a niche thing. I mean, not PC gaming, just the conference.
Yeah, the conference, because not many people on PC gaming watch those conferences. We all just we go to each other, you know. because you've got like all these game reviewers now who get early copies or demos and all that, and we go to there to review things and see what we like. And immediately after something is announced on E3, that's automatically on YouTube. So I mean, what's the point in watching the conference live if you could just watch the VOD on YouTube like an hour later?
Son! Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get hyped.
Or go to it even and stuff like that.
No one goes to E3. Even people who go to E3 don't go to E3.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
E3 2013 was really fun.
But you know who does go to what con people do go to, and then even if they don't go to it, they go to it?
Don't say BronyCon.
What?
BlizzCon.
Oh, BlizzCon. Yeah, that's actually... Mark was just
BlizzCon.
there last year, wasn't he?
Nerd!
Yeah.
Mark was just at BlizzCon last year, wasn't he?
Good for him.
Dude.
But
Every year, a virtual ticket. If I can't go to it, and I haven't ever been able to go because Anaheim is such a long flight, and then I got to get hotel tickets, or hotel and tickets and airfare, and it's just so expensive. I can't go. But then I can just pay like,
dude,
it's like
gotta put
$40.
money. You gotta put
$40.
Set aside money for a whole year, and then just take a vacation.
But then you also have a 10-minute window to buy a live BlizzCon ticket.
Well,
that's like
before they're all
there's that
before they're all bought out.
It's like Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's like Comic-Con.
I didn't realize how bad it was until I actually went.
Yeah.
Which
They
Comic-Con?
actually have to
So
like.
it was Comic-Con 2016.
CU2E2?
No, San Diego.
You went to San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah, straight up San Diego.
Why would you want
yeah.
to? Like,
It was a new experience for me and stuff like that. Like I always
All
tell
right.
everybody. I mean, C2E2. I've been to 2012 C2E2, 2014 C2E2, and
I've been to I was 2015 and then 2017 C2E2, which I like C2E2 just because it gets a good broad breadth of stuff, and it's not super crowded. And well, last time I was there, I tried to sit on the panel between Frank Miller and Stan Lee, and it was a complete mess. But
I'm having a very bad case of deja vu right now.
freaking
me out a little bit.
Let's focus more on the video games. So, what else besides World of Warcraft? Because you're a nerd, do you want to play?
Let's see here. Things coming out. Let me just slide on over to my Steam thing. I see that Dark Souls Remastered just came out. That seems interesting.
First Dark Souls?
Yeah, first Dark Souls came out with the remastered version on
It's on
the
the Switch
PC.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They jumped to Nintendo.
Yeah.
They jumped to Nintendo.
It's a Bandai game, man. It's not like they have some sort of anti-Nintendo bias.
Well, everybody has an anti-Nintendo bias.
Nintendo has,
except for Call of Duty.
No, Nintendo has an anti-everyone else bias, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, Nintendo does have an anti-everything bias. I would love to play Splatoon on the Xbox.
There's a reason they don't localize their games immediately.
I would love to play Splatoon on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Speaking about that, have you guys seen esports Splatoon?
No.
That is ridiculous.
That is some insane stuff, man.
Okay, so Azeroth and then Dark Souls. What are you playing and want to play?
All right, here's the really sad story. I'm actually cut off from the gaming world right now.
Oh.
I've actually been cut off from the gaming world for about... what month are we in? We're in May. We're at the end of May. But since September.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I was in the midst of building a PC and I had to scrap the project because it was starting to get too expensive for... I could have settled down for a bunch of stuff, but it would have been obsolete when the new Ryzen stuff came out. And so I didn't. I scrapped the project. I ended up having to sell my PlayStation first because of money problems back in November, and then I started playing Xbox got to started playing Call of Duty a little bit more like I was back in 2013, kind of like amateurly and stuff. Didn't get to semi-pro as I was when I was in 2013, but started playing Call of Duty, played a crap ton of Destiny. Since launch, I've logged like 3,600 hours. I was playing that for a little bit, and then I want to say it was January, I ended up having to sell my Xbox.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Because of more money problems starting to rise and stuff like that, so I had to get rid of all my games. Oh, I didn't get rid of all my games. I still have Skyrim chilling in the case. I still have Elder Scrolls Online chilling. But it's been a dark, dry spell for me in the gaming.
Can you start looking into fixing that now that
I can't. Yeah, actually, I can and stuff. Just not like
immediately.
Not immediately, yeah.
And it won't probably be anytime soon. It'll probably be like post fall 2018 season.
So you could probably maybe like Black Friday deal.
Probably. It'll probably have to be like Black Friday weekend. I'll have to get all my stuff back. But it actually ended up going down to where I actually had to sell all 3 of my monitors and my mic that I had just bought in September.
Oof.
That's rough.
So got rid of all my stuff. It was actually a hurtful decision. It actually took me like 3 weeks of straight suffering to finally part with it, because I was just like, I don't think it's going to be worth it and stuff. Everything's going to work out for the better, and it just didn't. It just didn't get to where I needed it to be, and then I got rid of all my games.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. From a person who actually played Call of Duty semi-professionally, and then being a caster, going from playing 8 hours a day to just done.
Cold turkey.
Yep.
Jeez.
Eesh, that's hard.
Yeah, so that's the sad story.
Yeah, it's a sad story, but I mean.
So tell us about what games you're excited about coming out.
It has a silver lining though, because of
does.
that. You can.
So it's not like they're
later
gone
on down the
forever.
line. Yeah.
Video games aren't like, I love video games, but there's not a ton coming out right now, so it's not like you're missing that much. So.
Well, actually, I am kind of missing out because Call of Duty is just completely taking a 180 on what their direction's going. Have you seen any of the new Black Ops 4 gameplay?
I have not, but I knew everyone was mad about the campaign.
Fucking awesome.
I heard that they were doing like they're jumping on the Battle Royale train.
They are. I'm excited. I can't play it locally.
How about that Battlefield 5 trailer where it looks like a cartoon?
It's that, where are they going? They're going to
World War II.
World War II now.
World War II, yeah.
Uncharted territory right there.
Boy. Well.
I love that word, uncharted territory. That's...
So... Obviously, we're 2 weeks out from E3 at the moment, so we get
that close. June.
About that.
The week before Father's Day.
Wow, yeah.
It might be 3. I don't know. I'd have to check the calendar.
Well, if it's Father's Day weekend, I'm screwed.
It's like the week of the 10th to the 14th or something like that.
Okay, so that's the week before Father's. Well, that's the week of Father's Day. So that's that Monday and
the week before
That's that Monday through Thursday.
Yeah. So, obviously, we don't know everything that's going to get announced. There's been... The big deal recently was that the Walmart potentially leaked a significant portion of the game announcements. Did you guys see that?
I did not. See, that's how out of the loop I am.
Yeah, you're closer to Google than we are at the moment. Can you want to pull it up? Or
I don't even know what's coming out and what's...
I mean, there's a lot of interesting rumors. Like, people... They didn't mention it, but people are talking about there might be a Halo 6 reveal. Rocksteady might do a... They might be doing a Superman game, which would be interesting.
Oh, you know what's ironic?
What?
I go to this article for Walmart Canada leaking the E3 2018 lineup, and who do I see but Anna fucking Bray from the Warmind trailer?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Whoa. Okay.
Is it still up? I'm surprised it's still up.
Oh, it got major coverage, so they couldn't couldn't really sweep it under the rug.
I don't know,
Possible things. Do y'all want me to list off some interesting things here?
Yeah, just start reading them off.
Okay. Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
That I know of.
PS4, Splinter Cell PS4, Insurgency Sandstorm PS4, The Last of Us 2, Just Cause 4 on the PS4, PS4 Assassin's Creed Origins. I don't know if that's already on PS4 or not.
It's probably the next Assassin's Creed game.
No, Origins is already out.
Yeah, it's probably just mislabeled in the thing.
Borderlands 3,
which I suspect is going to be announced anyway. Dude, they've already shared screenshots, so they know it's in development.
Get the hell out. This is how out of the loop I am.
So not only for PS4 but Xbox One, the Final Fantasy VII remake that people have been asking for the past decade.
Now this isn't like Crisis Core 7, right?
No. This is like 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have like two different spin-offs of 7. They have Crisis Core and that one with that Zack character.
Yeah. Okay. Gears of War 5. And that's pretty much all I see that's interesting. Oh! Metroid Prime on the Switch.
We're also is it 4 or just a Metroid Prime remake?
It says Metroid Prime 4.
Okay.
So it's a sequel.
I'm wondering if that was announced last year, but
yeah. Same with the Super Smash Brothers one.
I'm wondering if they're going to port the Prime games, because that would be like a good way to get people playing.
Yeah, that would get a lot of people switching over to the Switch.
Like yeah,
I
can imagine like they do the Nintendo Direct this year and just like, we're still developing Prime 4, but we're going to release the Prime trilogy for
HD remake.
Yeah, exactly. Because I can imagine it's not Retro Studios, so they probably told them, it's like, well, port the old games so you can get used to the control setup. Like that they do that all the time with like remakes, where they'll just do like an HD remake right before they do like a sequel. So I'm wondering if they might actually do that just so they can get tuned with the hardware, but. And I know, obviously, Smash Brothers is probably going to be a thing too. So. Oh,
that Splatoon thing.
Yeah, because they announced Splatoon's going to be part of Smash 4.
Smash.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fun announcement that I saw.
Is your body ready to smash?
That was a fun thing to saw. It took me a little bit to figure out what the heck it was because I didn't have my glasses on when I was watching it, and I'm like, "What is she looking at?" And I put my glasses on. Sure enough, it's fucking Smash.
All the Smash Brothers.
If you look
Everyone's
really closely,
there.
You can see Shrek in the lineup of characters.
That fucking meme, that was great.
Has somebody told you that the world is gonna roll you? That you aren't the sharpest tool in the shed?
My God.
I'm sorry. I don't want a spoken word version of All Stars. Something the world can't handle right now.
Was she looking kind of dumb? With the finger and the thumb?
In the
shape of an L.
Of an L.
In her
on her forehead.
This is actually the worst thing.
Coming in, they don't stop coming in, they don't stop coming in, they don't stop coming.
I've seen that. This is actually the worst thing since that time I did a podcast that was nothing but us reacting to YouTube videos I couldn't put in the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping you didn't actually watch that, because it's actually...
Is this what you said?
No, this was like 2 years ago. I called it... The episode title was The Worst Podcast Ever, because it's me trying to do a podcast with Austin in the group, and they keep putting on YouTube videos, and I keep having to cut the audio.
I think I saw that only because the title of it intrigued me.
That's a shame.
It's clickbait.
Like I remember,
it's clickbait.
If you
it's
go back
full
and look,
on clickbait. 10 out of 10.
If you go and it's not clickbait, it's honesty. If you go and view like my podcast numbers, most of them get between like 2 to 10 viewers. But the one that actually got really high was the 3rd episode. And I'm pretty sure I know the reason why. It's because the title of the episode was Trump and Shirtless Dudes. And it got like 200 views.
Wait, was I in that one?
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of the early remakes.
Yeah.
And the title was just a really horrifying Photoshop of Trump shirtless. So some people were just like, this is going to be a really weird podcast. And it was just a bunch of teenagers talking.
We weren't teenagers at the time. We're adults, bruh.
It was 2 years ago. We were all younger then.
We're adults.
We were younger then.
We're all adults.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We're still not adults.
I
I'm probably the most adult person here.
Yeah. I don't have I have a job, but I don't have a career.
Yeah. I mean,
You on your own yet, David?
I will. Funny story about that. Next weekend, I'm getting my own place.
Oh, geez. All right. David's going to be the most grown out of all of us now.
Sorry.
He is independent. He has grown out of nest. His mother has thrown him out onto cold streets.
No,
You could probably
I
technically
leave.
say-
I leave on my own volition. Also, I need a quiet place where I can record without people waking up when I'm screaming.
It's very sad when young
See,
birdie throws self out of
I
nest.
had that very same thing. I actually had to freaking. That's another sad story too. I had to take down all the soundproof foam that I bought from Walmart when it was on sale for my room.
It's a nightmare. I've actually got the thing is, I don't need any soundproofing stuff for this room just because it's got it's got stuff along the walls that just naturally there for decoration, which just happen to dampen the sound just enough for me to voice act properly.
Nice.
But at this new place, it's all hardwood flooring. And so I'm gonna get like this huge reverb for like the first 2 weeks. So I'm gonna have to treat the entire room before I get back into recording.
That's right.
So it's gonna be an interesting few
Just be
weeks.
like Mark. Go make a studio that's so quiet you can hear his what is it? You can hear his the lighting on his computer flick up.
Wow.
I think the only one that makes the loudest sound is like this second monitor here that I've got. It's like 12 years old.
Oh,
But
Jesus gosh.
It's a 1680 by 1050 resolution.
Oh, that's a shame.
What are we in the 4000s now?
Yeah, we're in 4K.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
4K. We're in 4K. But yeah, so this monitor is I think the only one that makes like this light buzzing noise. And it's the one that I've gotten to the point it's such an old monitor that the stand doesn't hold it up. So I've got my audio interface just tucked right under it so that it holds it up while I'm
God.
doing voice work and stuff. So I'm planning on replacing it as soon as I get moved out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be another indication of things that I need to replace once I move out.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm not gonna cut it short, but because I'm unfortunately living in the most evil timeline, I have to work in 10 hours on Memorial Day weekend. So I think we need to do one more topic and then.
You work tomorrow?
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah, I wish.
Boy.
But
Where do you
Oh.
where is your work based out of?
Bensonville.
Where the fuck is that?
I'm literally right west of O'Hare. Like you can see the O'Hare runway from my office.
Jesus.
Wow. So,
That's a lot worse than me. I drive 45 minutes to work.
last topic.
At least until we do this again.
Which is going to be... soon.
Let's get back in 9 years and see how we're all doing.
No, please, no. God, if it comes down to that, I'm going to have David I'm going to personally fund you moving up down to us.
Yeah,
Wherever we go.
Let's fly him up here and just do a live podcast.
Well, I mean, the place I work at, it has a place up in, where is it? Downers Grove?
That's not far.
Somewhere like that?
It's not far
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe. One day.
David moving in with us.
I have good news and bad news. The good news is you're moving. The bad news you're not gonna like where.
Me and Taylor were thinking about moving to Arizona. We're also thinking about Tennessee because it's so nice and so cheap over there.
I've been thinking of Austin one day. Austin, Texas.
Texas ain't bad.
Yeah.
It's just dry. It's so dry there.
I like dry. Personally, I don't like the humid hotness that we have up here.
Yeah, humidity is pretty bad. Do you have humid down? Is
We
Arkansas
have
pretty humid?
awful humidity. It's the worst, man.
This is basically the first week of summer up here. Like, and already the mosquitoes are starting to come back here.
Basically the first week of summer. It's pretty fucking hot up here.
Yeah, last week it was like downpouring, and the week before that it was in the 60s and the 50s. And
It got down to the 40s and stuff. It got down to 42 that one night.
Yeah, 2 weeks in summer. Just total summer.
It hasn't been below 60 for about a month now.
Where you live?
It was in Conway.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
I said where he lives.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
where I live.
you said it like a question.
Where you live, boy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yes.
I heard it's where you live.
Boy.
And I'm like, boy. Are you asking him where he lives again,
Oh my God.
Tyler?
Speaking of which,
So-
last subject, God of War.
Dad,
Are we
dad
talking
of,
about
dad
the
of
game?
boy?
Dad of
Are we
boy?
talking
Dad
about
of
the
boy?
boy?
Dad
We can
of
talk
boy?
about Dad of Boy.
We're gonna talk
Yes.
about the boy and the business.
Hold on here. Okay, once again, if people have not played God of War, if you don't
God
have a
of
system,
Boy.
I'm sorry.
I have not played God of War,
All
and
right.
but I don't care about the series, so it's fine.
If you haven't played God of War yet, you're missing out. I have
Go
not
play
played
it.
God of War yet. I'm in that very
As in the game or the old games, this franchise.
God of War, the new one.
Yeah, I know.
The new
Yeah.
one.
Do you have to play the old games to understand it?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but it brings better context
Yeah.
to what
to
actually
why he's
happens.
starting off where he is.
Yeah.
I know he systematically killed all of the Greek gods at some point.
Yeah, and then he got exiled from the Pantheon, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so, something like that. And then he ends up in
the Norse Pantheon.
the
which is fucking great.
After
It's
I know,
so good.
I think the third game ends with him causing the apocalypse or something like that.
Yeah.
But
And he feels so torn up about it that he kills himself.
and then gets born, and then has a kid, and in the middle of Norse mythology.
Yeah. He's basically now moving into into a new pantheon, which he gets haunted. If you guys haven't played the campaign yet, he gets haunted by Athena.
Yeah.
Or was it? It's either Athena or Aphrodite. I just watched the video
It's
on it
one
a
or
couple
the
days ago, and I
other.
still
One or the
forgot.
other. But yeah, it's a that game is a trip, especially if you have played the God of War series. It hits hard. And the thing is, people usually, especially nowadays in like games media and stuff, they lampoon the original series and say that the new God of War is so much better than the old God of War. The new God of War wouldn't be as good as it is if it wasn't for the context
Without some
of
backstory.
yeah, like you need a reason for why Kratos is here, and the past games just give you all of this context and all of this character development. He wasn't this wasn't the first game that has a good family aspect. Adam, you know that there was that one boss in the God of War games, the original series, where as part of the fight, you face against your shadow selves.
Oh, yeah.
And the quick time event is literally you hugging your family
Yep.
to try and you sacrifice your health to keep them safe. You remember that?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Hey, so this isn't the first game with like a strong family aspect. It's just
the feels,
it's sort of flipped on its head. So now rather than this big carnage of
Destruction and
the
death and
destruction
stuff,
and death on the Pantheon as being like a big focus, it's flipped. It's just flipped. It's always been there. It's just the focus is flipped to the relationship between him and Atreus and the boy and teaching Atreus like just the interactions between the two of them. and that they're lampooning the original series as not being as good. And it's just like, God of War was always good, guys. It's just a new chapter in an already good series. You don't, and I've seen this trend actually with new games that have come out lately, where they like, if it's a remake or something, they lampoon the original series. Like, what was a good example here? There was one reviewer that was talking about God of War, and he was like, oh, it's so much better than the original series. And the interviewer actually asked him, did you play the original God of War series? I played about an hour into God of War 3, and I just put it down. Yeah.
See, I don't like people who are like judgmental of one, games that are significantly connected to each other and stuff like that. They'll watch gameplay of the first couple games, and they'll get into the third game because they're either a kid who wants to start their own thing, or they just started getting into gaming because they fell out of their old hobbies and stuff like that, and then they put a damper on the series because of what a later game is. Kind of like Destiny and stuff like that. Like, well, I mean, not really kind of like Destiny, because they kind of shot themselves in the foot with Destiny 2, and people have a reason to be angry about it, but trying to think of another game that was...
Destiny, the Age of Triumph. Like at the end of Destiny 1.
That was awful.
Are you sure?
I don't even want to talk about that.
I don't.
The Age of Triumph?
It's so bad. I'm thinking of, the Age of Triumph. It's just, it was fun while... It was fun if you could play all of it. Yeah. If you were there for all of the events, if you were there for all of the... If you put the manpower into the event.
Mm-hmm.
That's like saying this movie was terrible, but then you get to the end of it and you realize you loved it. That's like kind of tedious.
A little bit, you could say that, but I mean, just like with all the other games and stuff, like with all the other Destiny content and stuff like that, you don't have to love the story to love the patrols.
Right.
And
you don't have to,
the gunplay.
Right.
The gunplay.
You don't have to love PvE to love PvP.
Right.
And stuff like that. It's just Age of Triumph. You needed to put the hours into it to like it.
Right.
And stuff. You weren't going to get the full aspect. Like me, I was pissed off because even when I did put in the manpower and stuff, I didn't get I didn't get to reap all the rewards that I wanted to. I didn't get that really nice, awesome, bug-looking helmet for the Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, that's another place where Destiny fell off on and stuff, is you were able to put 2,400 hours into the game and still not get what you wanted. That's one of the big downfalls that Destiny had, but I mean, it's still a great game. I love it.
It did good in a lot of aspects, but unfortunately for a lot of people, the aspects where it fell short were the game breakers for them, if that makes sense.
Yep.
For me especially, yeah.
Yeah. So
and the stuff like with Destiny 1 and stuff, they did stuff in Destiny 1 that they took out in Destiny 2 that should have been just left alone. Like PvP gameplay.
Yeah.
I was so mad about that.
Oh, man.
Season 1 of PvP was really, really a hard thing to stomach and everything, because you would go into PvP and you'd see all these pro players leave. Like, all these pro players just stopped playing Destiny for a good maybe 2-3 weeks. Up until... Oh, God. Until Curse of Osiris came out.
Yeah, something like that.
At least that's as far as I got to it, because I stopped playing at Curse of Osiris. I stopped looking at the game when Curse of Osiris came out because of how bad of a rap it got.
Yeah, Curse of Osiris was really, really bad in terms of like just what it brought to the table was so little, and especially for I think it was like $20 DLC.
Yeah.
You expect a lot more.
You know, Curse of Osiris, that was a $40 DLC, wasn't it?
I
I think it might have been $20 DLC. I don't think, no, because we haven't had a Comet yet. So we
haven't had Comet yet.
We've had main game, DLC, and the next thing to come out's the Comet.
Yeah.
It's a great God of War discussion, guys.
Yeah,
we have Curse of Osiris is $20. I just looked on the shop. Yeah.
No, but God of War, good game, bad game. Your opinion?
I haven't played it.
Have you seen gameplay of it?
A little bit.
Just a little bit?
I haven't been following it religiously.
From what I saw.
I may get it when it's on Black Friday sale.
From what I saw Jacksepticeye play the first 2 parts. So right before he gets to the World Serpent.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
I've gotten to there. It's like an hour or so into it.
It's
pretty good.
I've watched through his entire gameplay. I must say, a good game.
Has the trilogy been ported to the PS4 or any of the games?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
I don't know. I wonder why they wouldn't do that, because I would have been that kind of person who would jump on that because I didn't have a PS3. So, but I feel like not playing those games is a mistake.
I had to question myself to see if I sold you my PS3 or not. Sold you everything else.
You sold me Xbox One.
Haven't I sold you PS4 too? No, you had a PS4 before I did.
Yeah, I did.
You got yours opening weekend, didn't you?
I got it spring after it released.
Okay, because I got mine opening. Okay.
My dad purchased it with a tax return. So
gotcha. Here's also
God of War 1, 2, 3, and Ascension are all available on PlayStation Now.
Is that is it the disc, or do you have to have the?
No, it's PS.
It's digital.
Now. It's on digital.
Oh, so you can download them. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Digital download. Yeah.
I should note that I just realized that I did not answer my own question earlier about current and future video games. I've been playing Ocarina of Time on my 3DS recently and trying to do a deep dive into Switch.
Oh yeah, I remember you playing that.
Yeah, I actually took I paused on Ocarina of Time because I've been in the middle of a reading binge. So I was halfway through the forest temple, and I got frustrated when I couldn't find one of the gray keys. So I've just been kind of paused on it for a couple weeks. But I'm gonna get back to that soon, and soon I'm gonna get back into the Switch because, as much as I do like playing PS4 or Xbox One, it's hard to do that when you're working and visiting family and doing everything else that I do, including writing and doing my talk show. So I'm just not getting much video game time on my consoles in. But at some point, I'm gonna start Wolfenstein 2. I want to get into. I want to play Red Dead Redemption and the new Deus Ex. And I think I should probably play Rage before the new one comes out, because I never played it.
Deus Ex was pretty good.
Yeah, Deus Ex is all right.
I watched Bro play that, and it looked fun.
Yeah, that's my convoluted answer. So, in terms of looking forward to mostly Nintendo games at the moment, other than Halo, because I'm me. So
yeah, well, we're us. That's what us three grew up on.
I read the books. I've read the Halo books.
I've read Fall of Reach because I borrowed it from you for like a year.
I read it 10 times.
And
I've never read the Halo books.
You've never read any of the Halo books?
I never read a single one of the Halo books.
Watch Fall of Reach. You'll cry.
I didn't like the Fall of Reach.
I loved it. It was pretty good.
They cut out the whole last act, which annoyed me.
What, the purging of them dying and stuff like that?
The actual Battle of Reach.
Oh, like how it formed into glass and stuff like that, and
they didn't include that whole part of the story for some reason.
That's why Reach is Reach.
The book is called The Fall of Reach.
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
It doesn't tell about the Fall of Reach.
In the animated movie, the Reach doesn't happen. Like, if you want to, there's a good graphic novel adaptation of that book if you want to read it, which I like.
Oh, but I'll look into that. I still remember years ago playing on the original Halo 2, the tank level where you're going through the city and you're just destroying everything, and then you have the Halo theme chugging along in the background. I think that's the only major level in all of Halo 2 that just stands out to me. And I recently looked it up and saw gameplay of like the Halo 2 remastered, the HD remastered version, and it just blew me away. It's just like I have such nostalgia for that level, you know?
Sure.
What about going down memory lane here, staying up at 2:30 in the morning in your basement, playing Tasavo Highway on Legendary?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, these guys have been friends since how long?
I was in 7th grade. He was in 8th grade.
That
was the year you
2000.
moved. That devastated me.
I think it was like
knew him for a while before you moved.
I think it was like a year before
It was a year
that.
before he moved. I was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
Okay.
He moved right as you got like halfway through your freshman year.
I think so. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
knew you longer than
Oh yeah, you knew me. You knew me way longer because
Taekwondo.
Yeah, Taekwondo. You knew me, I think, since like Tyler. I think you knew me since 05. Adam about 07.
Yeah, 07.
Yeah, because our moms got really close. So
Yeah. But
It was 07. I remember the day you
Savo
moved.
Highway.
I cried.
Savo Highway, man.
I did.
Yeah.
You can ask my mom. I cried.
Mm-hmm.
I cried when
I
David
remember.
moved.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like severing a fucking artery in my body. I was like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna do now?
But yeah. And unfortunately, we need to cut this off pretty quickly. But hopefully, we can do this again
Soon.
relatively soon.
Oh yeah,
I'd
man.
probably say like a month.
This is fun.
This took like 2 months to get everyone in the same.
Oh, I'm
Coordinate.
so sorry about it, by the way.
No, it's
Well,
all
it's
good.
all my
We
fault.
were talking about. I mentioned this to David like a year ago, just offhand. I was like, let's get Adam together, and he's like, yeah, let's do it.
You didn't tell me. This is
It
like,
just never.
it might have been so
materialized.
far back that it was just like not a.
It didn't materialize till about February when I started kind of turning the knobs on it. And then we're just like, what days are we all free? And it's like, about a month from now. I was like, okay, we'll do it a month from now. And then
I got
planned
sick.
it.
Yeah.
He got sick.
I got
It's like,
sick.
Okay, we'll cancel
Yeah.
it. We finally was like, how today? Is today work? It's like, yeah, it works for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, it works for everyone. It's
And then-
it's a week. It's literally next weekend. I'm going to be in Vegas for
and
a
then for
convention.
good measure, last minute I was just like,
Yeah.
can we do it at 10 o'clock at night?
Oh yeah.
And I was
yeah.
like, that's the perfect time for me because I know you work nights, but you have tonight off.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at my schedule. I was hoping I didn't close because I get off at 10 when I close. And I looked at my schedule. I was like 9 to 6, and I'm like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
Let's get this done.
It finally all came together in a culmination of about 2 months of prep work. In this moment.
Really, it was
2
just
hours.
1 month of prep work, and then it was just
Yeah,
us being
yeah.
like, hey, let's do it this day. Okay, cool.
You make it sound like it's
Yeah.
so complicated. Like when I used to do podcasts weekly with Tyler Davis.
Well,
But
it's-
we have to make it sound complicated just
When
to
was
make
this?
sure it sounds like we're actually doing work.
I'm the
You know?
producer here, and I'm the one responsible for this failure. So
Did you do podcasts with Tyler Davis like recently?
It's been like 6 months, but we did it for a long time. We were doing it like every week.
Over Skype, or was he coming over?
He called.
Oh, he called over Skype. So,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go back, go listen to the podcast record. He did like 20 like a dozen episodes together.
I keep telling you I'm gonna catch up on your podcast and stuff like that.
It's
and
not
it
hard.
just doesn't happen.
We don't produce that many episodes anymore.
I know.
so.
Well, we should start back up and stuff. I need to get some more hobbies because I'm dying at home. Just being a house husband.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm dying at home. I'm missing and stuff. Like last
We have to. You and me, Adam. You and me need to get out of the house. We work nights
because
It's-
literally my whole life is as of right now and stuff. It's work, go home,
Sleep.
chill out, get back
Yeah.
up, go to work, chill out.
Anyway, we have to call it a night. So.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
Bye, buddy.
We'll be back
Bye.
together soon. So
What's that?
we'll
Yep.
be back together soon.
Yes.
So.
Yes,
everyone.
yes. We're going to need to do this again.
Yeah,
so, y'all have a
definitely.
good one. And for those of you listening, thank you for listening. And we will see all of you in the next time we get together for this.
Do this thing.
To
Intro
anyone,
operative.
to anyone who's listening to my podcast,
Outro operative.
screw you. Why are you listening to this? No. Yeah, but thanks, everyone. I'm sure Wuten's fans will join us. But thank you
Yeah.
guys for coming. But good to
All
see
right.
you both again. So have a good night.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
See y'all.